Hi everyone, welcome to OpalsNZ. My name's Tim and today we're going to be cutting a piece of Blacklighters Coober Pedy dark base, and it's a very cool piece, it's a very interesting piece. Yeah, let's have a look. So this is the piece here, and it's got a nice flashy bar in it, as you can see. The problem with this piece is the shape of it, and as you can see, it's a very unusual shape. Well, it's a very jagged with these bits here. It doesn't lend itself to cutting any sort of symmetrical gem, really. This piece is around the $50 per carat in the rough. That's quite a lot to pay per carat, I guess. So you'd hope that these bars are going to face well. So basically my rule of thumb is you think about rough is you'll get about a 20% yield as a rule of thumb. So if you're paying $50 per carat in the rough, like I did, then you want to be cutting stones that are at least $250 per carat to break even. Preferably I want to be cutting $500 a carat colour to make a profit. So that is weighing in exactly 11 carats. But yeah, so thanks to the Blacklighters for this piece. I mean, when I first sort of looked at it, I thought I could cut a symmetrical gem out of here and then get another one here. But after it arrived, I was like, you know what? You know what would be really cool? Is actually keep that shape. It's almost like a shooting star. You can sort of see it from the back here. It's got like that kind of a shape. You can see the bar here, and then there's this a potch bar, and then there's actually another color bar up the top there that looks quite nice. So I'm going to slice that off, and when I do my slice, I'm going to get as close to that bar as I can to try and get a stone off the top. And there's actually a bar on the back here as well, which I'll probably forego, but I'll just have a look at it first because I could slice that off as well. So I'll be really getting the most out of the stone to do that. So yeah, so we'll be slicing like that. We'll end up with a very organic freeform shape, which has these. So if that works out like I'm hoping, it will be amazing, and I'll actually get a really good yield, I think. But my main concern is this here. It looks like there's a crack that goes in. So you can see it just coming in there. So that could ruin my plans entirely, but I'm hoping that it doesn't go in too far. Yeah, so that could ruin my plan, but we'll see what happens. And I'm hoping for that really neat organic freeform shape with a beautiful bright face. So let's get slicing and dicing. So first up, I'll just give it a touch on the top, have a look at that colour bar there. Very thin. It's kind of cloudy. It worries me. Hoping that the main bar isn't cloudy like that. Okay, I'm just gonna. There's no colour on this end piece here, so I'll just take that down and have a look at the main bar. That's not looking great at all. idea. Let's see what happens with this bit. That's looking better. So I'll slice that top off in a minute. First I'll just have a look at this bar here. Yeah, it's really just not worth mucking around with, I think. Yeah, so I'm just going to forego that colour. Right, let's slice this top off. Water on it. Got it pretty close. I wouldn't have minded leaving a little bit more potch on there, but not worth risking this main stone. So there we go. Okay, so I'll shape up this little bit first. Not bad. Okay, now this piece. I actually thought this end would face the best, but it's not really. It's not bad, it's just a bit sheeny. Almost looks like one of those Easter Island heads. That just chipped away. Alright. Time to have a look with the torch in this crevice here. Okay, so that crack goes in quite a way, in and up, you can see it there. So I'm going to have to bring it in there. So I'll just take that off. crack is gone. Excellent. Okay, so decision's been made finally. Actually had to put it down for a while and just, well, examine it for a while and figure out what I wanted to do, because yeah, it's just a tricky piece. But what I've decided to do is slice it. It's reason being, it's quite a lot thinner at this end. It has the sand here, so that'll come down even more. And it has this chip out here, so that'll bring the dome down. It would have been nice to go for a larger stone here where the better colour sort of is. I've noticed a cool pattern, and I wonder if you can see that. And it's right there, and it's like an eye, a circular pattern that sort of has a rolling kind of flash effect. So because this part of the stone is thicker, what I'm going to do is slice it through here, which will take me through that sand, and it'll give me a stone here, which will showcase these circular patterns. There's actually another smaller one there as well, but that's the main one right in the center there. And then I'll make a long marquee cut with a reasonably high dome. Take it from about there. So that's the plan. So let's slice it. Go. Done. Alright. Well, she's done now. Pressure's off. I can just enjoy shaping these up. So here you can see I'm just working on the backs of the stones. I like to put them on the dot stick to make this job more precise. So I'm just going around and trying to even out that bevel and just checking that it's flat. You can see it's slightly high on the left hand side, so I'm just taking a little bit off to flatten it. And down to the big piece. So first just sort of flatten out the back. And just checking it all the time. As the stone is polished, it's actually quite easy to see that this beveled edge that we're putting on now. If you examine that under a loop, you can see the polished edge, where the polished edge meets the bevel. It's a bit hard to see there because it's wet, but that's how you can tell that you've got a very nice straight setting edge. Alright, here we have it, done and dusted. And that's our main gem there. And we've managed to keep that cat's eye pattern, or whatever it's called. I'm not really sure what that's called. And there's also some chaff up here. I believe that's chaff. Could be straw, but it doesn't really crisscross. Oh, it kind of does. It does look like straw. Yeah, I've been kind of call that straw pattern. Cat's eye and rolling flash. Brightness of 3 on a dark base. Greens, blues, yellows, oranges, and hints of red on the side. You can see a bit of red from the side sometimes. Almost there. Anyway, yeah, so that is it. So let's weigh that up. Whew. All right, 2.09 carats. So that's over 2 carats. That's great. Cool. So that basically, yeah, because this color, I was sort of thinking it's probably 250 per carat. So that's a $500 gem right there. It's got a nice cut, a nice high dome. It is a fairly thick cut it's an unusual cut, but I know I like it. Pretty happy with that. So that'll pay for the parcel. And a couple of little bonuses to actually maybe make a very small profit on this one, unfortunately. Yeah, this one came down in size. This probably would have been closer to 3 carats, but that crack was coming into the side there, and it took quite a bit to get it out. Took quite a bit of weight off getting that out. So yeah, that crack was sort of haunting me. It stopped me from my original plan of doing a free form, and then it was reducing the size of my main gem as well. But anyway, that's all good. So that's what we sliced off the top, which is a very much probably a B2. It's very kind of very directional. And that one is 0.57, so half a carat there. A nice big square, quite thin. But yeah, I don't know, half a carat, maybe for probably a $50 stone there. And this piece, which didn't really face as well as I was hoping, although it is quite nice. Yeah, it is quite nice. It's very much nicer from the side. Yeah, flat. I mean, look at that. That's what I saw when I bought the piece. I was like, mate. Just goes to show though, when it looks like that from the side, often it doesn't look like that from the top. Although it's a bit directional. Again, I would say that's not as good a color as the big piece. It's just more directional. It's probably a B2, but quite a nice flashy B2. And what does that weigh? 0.7 of a carat. So yeah, that came down a bit as well because basically mainly because of that chip on that one side. I really had to bring the dome down. So 0.75 of a carat, 3/4 of a carat, probably 200 a carat, so $150 there. So we made 200 bucks. That's all right, not too bad. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Feel free to ask me any questions you have, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.